Hey, so what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another video. And in this video what I'm going to be going over is going to be going over a Riverdale review for the episode. Now, what I want to say really quickly is that Krypton is going to be airing in about 3 hours from when I'm recording this, so I'll have a review go up, and maybe if I do have spare time I'll upload a Shazam video in the middle of that, or like in the break between those two videos. Now, what I want to do, I will basically say before I start anything off, make sure you do subscribe if you're new to get more Riverdale reviews, Krypton reviews, trailer breakdowns, more Infinity War, Marvel, DC TV shows, a lot of stuff like that. And I now have a Discord in the description of my channel anyway when I upload a video, so you can just go and join the Discord and basically, I guess, get notified or whenever I'm going to be uploading a video and talk to me and a lot of people who are already in the Discord. Now, for the first part of this, what I want to talk about is Veronica. Now, going on to Veronica's kind of thing, kind of going on is her basically punching. I'm not entirely sure of his name. He's a Southside. No, he's not a Southside Serpent, but he plays on the football team. I honestly can't remember his name. I probably should, but I can't. Anyway, she ends up hitting him, and that was a very bold move considering her, like their whole family of the lodges were supposed to stay low, and they were supposed to kind of avoid the storm and everything. Is the way Hermione put it. But then going on to Chick's kind of storyline, Chick going on and not actually being Betty's full-on brother, but only half brother. That really surprised me. Like, honestly, it really surprised me to the fact where I was nearly out of my seat. Like, honestly, it was just really crazy to see it, and I wasn't expecting it to happen like that at all. I thought it just wouldn't be related to Betty or, well, yeah, basically Betty or Potty or the kids or anything. I wasn't expecting something like that. And now we can finally know why Hal was really against getting Chick to be a part of the family and very untrustworthy of him and everything. So really quickly before I continue on to the video, I really kind of quickly want to explain what Discord is. Before I get into the rest of the video, Discord is basically kind of this thing where you can talk to people, you can join in, and I have like certain little group chats in the middle of one massive group chat, which is, there's a normal one where you can speak in general, whatever you want to talk about. Then there's one of the Flash theories, Black Lightning, a lot of stuff like that. So you can go and you can basically comment or whatever on that if you do wish to. And that's pretty much it for the whole Discord kind of thing. So what I want to go over next is basically someone being pushed down the stairs, which was, I'm pretty sure, Cheryl's grandma or something. I'm not entirely sure, but she was basically pushed down the stairs, or assumed to be pushed down the stairs, but we don't know yet, at his current stage anyway. So that was really interesting. Then going on to the fact of Tony and Cheryl being interrupted by the whole fall was very devastating, I guess. But I did think that Cheryl would have been a bit more emotional, I suppose, to the point where she wouldn't have been able to speak a bit too much. I don't know why, but then going on to, I guess, Hiram's plan for Southside basically going faster, if you want to call it that, and then Jughead reacting really, really poorly to it. And then Archie obviously going on about how he's agreeing with it and his father isn't agreeing with it, and then how he's basically covering for Veronica on some stage about how they didn't know, or Veronica didn't even know that it was going to be happening or anything, but she secretly has been in the plan for, I think, like half the season now or something. Obviously, it's been a very crazy episode so far. This has been a lot more intense than what I thought the episode was going to be. I did think that this episode was going to be pretty normal episode, not going to lie. I did think it was going to be kind of a filler. Didn't expect it to be this action-packed, I guess you could say. So going on to one of the best parts probably about this episode was Archie's mother kind of coming back up, her mom coming back. Now, I don't think any of us were really expecting this to happen, but what I also wasn't expecting was Jughead and a few of the Southside Serpents to, I guess, go and change themselves to the Southside High School, or high school. Really wasn't expecting that. And then Archie basically being manipulated, or not really being manipulated, but being kind of an errand boy, if you want to call it like that, basically to Hiram Lodge, hasn't exactly been the best thing this season. I know that Hermione's basically been a very different character this season, which I'm not really a fan of. She was very nice, I guess you could say, in the first season, and now she's kind of become a very different person. She's become very obedient, if you want to put it in that word, I guess. Then along with all of Veronica's kind of campaigning thing, that was very sexual, I guess you could kind of say it, but it wasn't really the best thing to probably do to make her look, make herself, or make her campaign look amazing. It basically made it look a lot worse than what it was supposed to be anyway. Holy Christ, was that kind of, I just going into the whole singing part of the things with Veronica and Josie, and it turns out that Josie was the one who leaked everything to the fact that kind of goes on to Jughead breaking his strike, going on to eating a load of food, a load of burgers actually. I think he had like 4 or 5 or something. But then going on to probably the biggest part of this which was Archie's mom. Not entirely sure of her name. It's probably mentioned in the comics, but I am not sure. So basically, it goes on to say that she's gonna have a massive fight, and she has a massive fight with Archie, basically saying, oh, "Okay, it's alright to basically pick a different side and to pick something else that you believe in, rather than going against someone who's basically helped you out through your whole life or whatever." Basically, a really important speech that is probably going to be looked upon later on in this episode, or well, just later on in the season is what I mean. But to be honest, I do like the character of Archie's mom. Not a massive fan of the way she, I guess, preaches things or whatever, but the whole contract thing in general, which was, I think it was like 20% that the lodges get of the whole company or something, which is 1/5, which is quite a lot of a company. Obviously, the whole fact of Jughead and his family wanting to live in a penthouse and go on to, I guess, look over a kind of prison isn't exactly the best kind of thing. But yeah, I guess it's better than nothing, living in a penthouse, which I honestly don't think Jughead will ever go and do it. I just can't never see Jughead going to do something like that. Now, just in case, really quickly, if anyone is wondering, I will be covering Krypton. Probably tomorrow it's going to be up, but I'm going to be watching it tonight. Obviously, I'm recording this before Life Sentence and recording it before Krypton, actually. So, other than that, I'm just going to go on to the next part of the episode and kind of, I guess, give it a review on that. Now, this is probably the most memorable, if you want to call it like that, probably the most interesting part of this episode, which was going on to Jughead and to Archie, basically onto the Southside High, breaking them out of chains. This is probably the most emotional scene, I would pretty much say, along with the fact of Chick basically saying that Betty scares him, which is something that was kind of expected because Betty is always kind of been a bit more odd than what you would expect. She's always been kind of determined, if you want to use that word, to be very pushy to get whatever she wants, if you know what I mean. But I guess going on to that part, that was very, very bad, to be honest. It really symbolizes that they're basically cutting away the friendship, and they're sorry that they obviously didn't want to fight, but they didn't want to basically make a scene, obviously, make it go on the internet, make it go over everything and everything, kind of stuff like that. Now, obviously, going on to Chick and Betty, this is probably one of the best parts of the episode, basically most, I guess, emotional scenes as well, probably the most emotional as well. But Betty basically going up to Chick and threatening him, and then obviously him firing back about the whole body, how she moved it, how she has like the fingerprints, and that he could basically call the police on her, was very, very bad actually. I thought it was very, very far, but it's definitely what he needed to put her into place. Well, that's what I personally feel anyway. I do think that it was a right move of him to kind of back in onto Betty. Obviously, this has been a great episode, probably my favorite episode in the past episode or two. Now, Veronica, probably not my favorite character anymore. In season 1, she was pretty much my favorite. Archie has always been my favorite, but then Jughead's always been an amazing character as well. Now, the biggest thing I pretty much want to talk about what happened was Cheryl basically being sent away to boarding school, which I was not expecting at all. That was probably the biggest shock of the entire season, to be honest, to me anyway. Now, seeing this, obviously the promo for the next episode looks incredible. It looks very, very centered around Cheryl, as an episode which we haven't seen much of Cheryl being on the air that much anytime, and I'm very excited to see more of Cheryl and her storyline. Now, this has been pretty much it for the video, so I might have a video go up tomorrow. I've made like 3 videos today, which is probably a bit too much, honestly. So I'm going to upload this video probably later on or something. I'll have a video on Krypton tomorrow, and I'll have a video on Shazam if I can squeeze that in. So maybe one upload tomorrow, maybe 2. More likely it'll be 2. I'll try and push out 2. So obviously, if you're new, subscribe. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed and you want to see more Riverdale. Comment if you want to see more Riverdale. Now, other than that, what I want to basically go over is this Discord. Obviously, follow me on Discord, or like basically go and join Discord. I'd appreciate it if you did that anyway. And I'm going to end the video off here, so goodbye.